Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us on this Friday. I'm Samantha Harrelson. Masked men storm a Billings spa, demand money, and attack a woman with a hammer. The attack happened just before 1 o'clock this morning at the Happy Massage Spa on the 1800 block of Grand Avenue. The victim told Billings police 5 males wearing masks entered the business and demanded money when one of them struck her with a hammer. They took off with an undisclosed amount of money and several other items. The suspects are described as 4 white males and 1 African-American male. They have not been apprehended. The victim was taken to the hospital and treated for minor injuries. And another robbery was reported just after 1 o'clock at the Dottie's Casino in the Billings Heights. This one involved a man entering the casino, demanding money at gunpoint and leaving with an undisclosed amount of cash. The suspect is described as a white male in his late 20s wearing a Grizz pullover jacket. And a man and a teenage girl are hospitalized after being struck by a vehicle in Butte Friday morning. Around 4:30 a.m., a 22-year-old man and a 15-year-old girl got into an argument while driving in separate vehicles, according to the Butte sheriff. The pair stopped in the road, got out of their vehicles, and got into an altercation in the westbound lane of Amherst Street. The pair was struck by a vehicle traveling westbound. Both victims were taken to the hospital. The man suffered a head injury and is in critical condition. The teen suffered some leg injuries. Alcohol and speed do not appear to be factors, and no arrests have been made. Alcohol is a suspected factor in a crash that left 2 people dead Thursday afternoon near the Glacier Airport. Montana Highway Patrol Trooper Jerry Wren says a 27-year-old Kalispell man crossed the center line of Highway 2, hitting an oncoming vehicle head-on. The crash killing both drivers and fully engulfing both vehicles in flames. The other driver was a 56-year-old woman from South Carolina. Trooper Wren says they had received numerous calls prior to the crash of a suspected drunk driver. MHP says results from the coroner will confirm if alcohol was in fact a factor in the crash. The southbound lanes of Highway 2 were closed for several hours while emergency crews were on the scene. And in court news, the former owner and driver of a Mission Valley school bus company who stands accused of trading methamphetamine in exchange for sex and cash says he's not guilty. 55-year-old Scott Johnson pleaded not guilty to 3 felony drug counts Thursday in Polson. Lake County prosecutors say an officer pulled Johnson over after he witnessed him buying methamphetamine back in May. The officer later found meth in Johnson's car and a pipe in his pocket. A citizen informant then told authorities Johnson would sell meth in exchange for cash and sexual services, and that Johnson and others had smoked meth in the school bus barn, on school buses, and even on the St. Ignatius High School team bus. Trial is scheduled for November. And high winds, massive hail, and heavy rain left home damaged and streets littered with debris in Choteau. The community immediately cleaning up after strong storms tore through central Montana. Large uprooted trees, downed branches, and debris covered the streets and sidewalks. It was all hands on deck, with neighbors jumping in to help city crews. And the cost of last month's flooding in Augusta now has a total. Lewis and Clark County leaders say there's more than $700,000 in damage to public infrastructure, especially roads and bridges. County commissioners voted to put an emergency $2 million levy on property owners to help cover those repair costs. The levy will raise about $130,000. Commissioners are also asking the state of Montana for almost $580,000 for additional aid.
In order for state aid to be granted to us, the county needs to demonstrate that it has gone to its own taxpayers to pick up some of the expenses as much as they can. So in order for us to get any state aid, we needed to go ahead and to impose this $2 million levy.
Now, that $700,000 figure does not include private property. The county has identified at least 20 businesses, more than 500 homes, and dozens of farms and ranches that received extensive damage. Well, now turning things over to Ed in the Weather Center. Ed, we had some nasty storms come through southern Montana and even into Wyoming.
That's for sure, and it caused quite a bit of damage with hail and very heavy rain. Take a look at this home video from Lovell, Wyoming. Here, the storm moving in. Kimberly Angel shared this video from her home in Lovell, Wyoming. The Wyoming Bighorn County Sheriff is asking for folks to help out neighbors and check on folks. This storm moved through last night. It also hammered parts of southern Montana through Stillwater and Carbon counties, and you can just see the damage in the home there. There's quite a bit of damage, and they're asking folks to start doing inventory and taking a look at property damage and file that with their insurance companies. Could there be more severe weather on the way? We'll talk about it in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Ed. Well, earlier this week, former Carroll College president and Archbishop of Seattle Raymond Hunthausen passed away at the age of 96. Governor Steve Bullock has ordered all state flags to be flown at half-staff today to honor his memory. One of America's more controversial bishops, Hunthausen was beloved by many, but questioned for his public support of nuclear disarmament, gay rights, and expanding the roles for women within the church. Born in Anaconda, Hunthausen graduated from Carroll College with a degree in chemistry. He was ordained as a priest in 1946 and returned to Carroll College to serve as a professor and coach before eventually becoming Carroll College president. And also this week, Montana loses a true coaching legend. Bob Petrino Sr., aka Mr. Carroll College, passed away at 81 after battling health problems. MTN's Scott Breen reports.
Known as Putter, he made high school coaching stops in Grass Range, Moore, Harlow, and Butte Central. Petrino then took over Carroll College's program in 1971 and stayed for 27 years.
In 2002, I had him and Coach Demi come out to the stadium and talk to our football team as we're preparing to go to Savannah, Tennessee for a national championship, the first one. The look in his eyes and the sound of his voice just really showed me, and I don't know if our players recognize, but I recognize it, how much he loved Carroll College football.
He's carved a spot in 5 different football halls of fame and mentored a long line of coaches, including sons Bobby, now at Louisville, and Paul, coaching Idaho. Petrino's nephew Jason is starting his 3rd season as Rockies head coach.
You know, there are just so many things that I find myself saying that I heard him say. And, you know, you always say this, you don't appreciate it until it's gone. And I use it a lot more after playing for him. Some of the things, the 2 E's, the 2 C's, and what the game of football is about and what you need to be successful. But so many of those things carried on and over into your daily life. You know, being a good person, honesty, hard work, discipline.
Petrino Sr.'s teams won 16 Frontier titles, including 4 undefeated regular season finishes. Petrino also led Carroll to 9 playoff trips.
He was definitely the person that set the standard that we all wanted to be like, and that's including, you know, obviously his sons and son-in-laws and grandkids, but also nephews. You know, I look at my older brother and younger brother. We're blessed because of what he showed us and the path that he took. He's the original Petrino.
He was at the golden era at that time. You know, he was an AD, he was a head football coach, and he was Carroll College football, and he always will be.
Thanks so much, Scott. And Saints offensive coordinator Nick Howlett says what he'll miss most about Bob Petrino Sr. is his passion, not just for the game, but for all of his players. Well, thanks so much for joining us this Friday on the Noon News. Fires in Northern California turn deadly. More on the fast-growing car fire when we come back. But after the break, Ed's in with a full look at the forecast for this weekend. We'll be right back.
You're watching MTN News with Samantha Harrelson, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and Farm and Ranch News from the Northern Ag Network. This is the Noon News on Q2, Montana's news leader.